Hey guys, what is up? Alex the Broda here, and welcome to Diary of Madman. This is another indie horror game. My bad clicked really quickly there, so I suppose we're just jumping right in. I was shaken when a long-time friend had disappeared, and with him his wife. He had been loathing reality for all his life. For what he is, he was fond of superstition and fairy tales. Interpretations of a life that for him were often boring and rejected. Nevertheless, he married one day and found a woman who did not bother with this. At the same time, childlike and manipulative character, she probably took to changing him, the oldest mistake in the world. Yes, I think, obviously English, not developers' first language, but we never judge based off that, but we can kind of guess what he was saying. Over the years, his ability to be the victim and therefore the right to attack others became stronger, but also more perfidious? Through some, I don't even know what that means. He found a holy advisor, as he called her, who supported and reinforced his weaknesses. For quite some time, he began to disappear in the evenings and on weekends for hours. Since his wife was worried, she asked me to follow him. It was not hard to find out where he wanted to go. On the outskirts there were some closed factories. Then he parked his car and walked to one of the oldest abandoned factory buildings. But then he became more careful and looked increasingly around. I did not follow him into the building, but at last explained to his wife what he did in the evenings. This went on for a while until he spent his free time only in the outskirts of the city or with his advisor. His wife hardly saw him anymore. He had no contact with anyone else. This again went on for a few months until both disappeared one day. I went to the police immediately. There I was told that they have their hands tied. That they were two adults and married people. And that they can travel at any time. Unfortunately they were right. I could not contact his counselor because I had only her first name and would not trust her anyway. But I knew my friend and I did the only thing that occurred to me in the situation. I drove to the outskirts of town where I followed him at the time. A weak track, but the only one I have. At the entrance to the company was a folder labelled diary, but it was empty. Apparently he kept a diary and brought the individual sheets here for whatever reason. However, I'm not allowed to take any leaves with me. If he has committed a crime, I have to leave everything untouched. But I have to follow the lead. I hope he did not kidnap his wife or did worse. Cool. So there's our premise. So this is like a little short story kind of experience. And I'm assuming that's our first page. Assuming I came through there. Cool. Diary entry. Finally I found someone who understands me. One who tells me what I want to know. She's free from doctrines. She's just fascinating. She told me that I am mentally very strong and I should write down my feelings in order to realize them even more. And I do that. I've already arranged the next appointment. Okay then. So like I was saying, this is a little story-based horror experience. Apparently to get the story, apart from a rather lengthy intro, we have to find our diary pages on heads of mannequins apparently, and actually figure out the story from there. So there are 3 areas, so I'll give a little bit of intro. There are 3 areas. I know firstly 4 pages, 5 pages, so we'll try to get all of them in each area, or at least one around for as long as we're willing to before I get annoyed. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Everything seems so unreal to me. The hours just pass by. Even my hysterical boss does not really get through to me anymore. My colleagues are no longer bothering me with their inadequacy. Okay, hectic. Bit of a prick, but okay. And after only one session, this woman can do wonders. And I think this is because she has direct access to old masters, as she says. Someone's going to sell his soul to some weird devil creature. Yeah. I don't have much faith in what my friend apparently did, so there's that. Okay. Ooh, page. Finally, I found someone Cool. Well done, Alex. You went in a circle. Well done, well done, well done. Didn't even notice I went in a circle, so this does not bode well for me. Because I am just amazing with maps and directions and all of those wonderful things. Come on. Oh, no. Okay. So. Oh, Paige. I've done everything she has told me, but it was not as easy as after our first session. Am I doing something wrong? I have to read again what I wrote down after our session. I'm counting the days until our next appointment. Time seems to pass slow again. The days just feel too long. Bro, you are losing it. I love how I know there's no monsters, and I don't know if there's jump scares or but this stall is quite uneasy, and apparently put this one upside down. At our second appointment, she told me she looked into the chronicles, and that I am also one of the new people who are superior to others. She explained everything to me, conclusively, and pointed out that my temporary insecurity is puberty. Insecurity in puberty is an indication of this. It's time for a real change. I can no longer stand idly by. My holy advisor is always talking about diversity, and that there are people, she says, who stand in the way of this diversity. So I'll take care that someone who deserves it receives a penalty. This is not boding very well for possibly your wife, or possibly whoever you feel. Cool. Check. The fuck was that? Like, that music is not cool at all. My holy advisor has revealed to me that my diary can give me transformative power to take the next big step. I am incredibly excited. She said I'm an extraordinary creature and not allowed to bother with raw and superficial people. There are only a few on Earth that are superior to the masses, but we are becoming more. Cool. Okay, so I'm assuming you're the next area. So somehow I took a shortcut, I think, straight to the end. Oh, Paige. I must say, it's quite nice playing Slender Man with no Slender Man. My wife tried to teach me today. I don't even know what it was about. I just kept quiet. She once asked again, but then she kept quiet herself. I think I've made it. My wife barely talks to me anymore. She seems to have realized that her teachings does not work for me. My holy advisor said she realized that she was not highly enough developed for me. I get the feeling this is when we start. Okay, interesting placement. Going some weird cult and like cutting off body parts. Today my wife told me that I try to persuade her more and more often. I start my sentences more and more with my holy advisor said. I broke off the conversation and drove away with my car. I have a hard enough time at work. I do not want people to be taught at home. Was like nagging me at home? I don't know. I do not have to listen to any shortcomings of other people. People like me realize that the old religions are wrong. We are superior. This is not accepted by the less developed, and therefore they hate us. What scares a stupid person makes them aggressive. Most of them live unworthy lives anyway. This dude is officially losing his shit. Because that's where I came from. Today a few colleagues made fun. Oh, I didn't even read this. My bad. So right by door. Oh well. Today a few colleagues make fun of spiritualism. But these are only subhumans anyway. The loudest was this repulsive fat fuck, I'm assuming? Or repulsive fat person. He always eats crap. And when he drinks something, always runs past his mouth and drips on his shirt. Also, he always keeps things lying around because he's too lazy or too stupid to clean up. So I'm guessing you guys are best friends. And he also farts all the time. I gave him a load of laxative in his coffee the next day, so much so that an ambulance had to be called because his stomach was cramping. He whimpered like the worthless fat piece of dirt he is. Okay then. I think it was this way we got all 4 in this piece as well, so this was... Great, another tonal shift. What is with the footsteps? I have a bad feeling about what's going to happen to me at the end of this game. Or paper. I must say, this dude really needs to learn how to write in the fucking lines. Like, please go back to grade 1. My wife is against my holy advisor. She said that I behave like a child that always wants to be the victim. Hence, I attack her. Pepe does not physically attack her. Besides, she said I'm obedient to my holy advisor. That is exactly what my holy advisor foretold me. She just knows everything. My holy advisor even found out that I was emotionally abused. I did not know that. When she asked me if it could be, I thought about a lot of people I've always hated. And now I know why I hated them so much. Because they were emotionally abusing me. It was their fault. Cool. Well done in joining a cult, Madman. Dude, please, like, the lines are going that way and you're running like this, just... I have to protect my holy advisor. She said that she was attacked by black magic, and only I can approach the attacker. She wants to meet me to tell me who it is, but I guess I know who it is. Is your wife now gonna be like a practicer of the dark arts? Go all Constantine up in this bitch. Paper? Paper, there we go. Oh, lovely. How many are on for this area? 3 or 4? I always thought killing someone would be bad for life after death. That escalated quickly. My holy advisor said there are people who would be better off leaving the planet. That was liberating. Ooh. Cool, cool, cool. I feel like I'm still missing 1 page. Should really be keeping better track. We got that one. Got that one. Nothing in here. That's back where I came from. It's supposed to be far from this area. So I went 1. This is the holy advisor thing. I'm off. I'm off. Blah blah blah. We did this one. That's 2. Okay, this is sealed off. This is the blood. That's only 3. So where are the others? I don't think I missed any rooms. Because isn't that just the other side of where I came in? Got you. Got you. That's where I came in. Assuming that was all there. So I go here. Okay, now back to there. So you locked. Is there anything I'm not seeing? Because before 8, it should be 13, so it should be half more pages. No. I'm just examining all the walls. Every little like room. So we definitely got that one. We definitely got that one, that's 2. But then like, okay, those boards don't move. Don't pass any on the corners. It's the great thing again. Put 1 up here. This is 4. 3, 4, yeah. I cannot do it at home, but I have the perfect place. In the old factory, there's the perfect place to make my wife disappear. I make sure that she no longer attacks anyone with their black magic. I now know that what I'm going to do. I'm going to free her from her existence. And more importantly, I'm going to turn the old factory into the temple of my rebirth. And then I need some diary pages. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. What is this anything? Cool. The fuck? Tim. Hey man, you look a bit... I don't know what you would call that. So I think we... 1 page short, but... We'll do 1 more sweep, seeing as that one was... Oh, that's the one we missed there. My wife attacked her. She has attacked her with evil thoughts, says my holy advisor. She's jealous of us because we are already far more evolved than this. My wife is immature and vicious. Cool. Hey, buddy. I have a bad feeling about this. Oh, okay. I was expecting him to like just drop down and tear my shit up. I went back to the factory entrance and called the police. I told them about the diary pages, and that there may still be 1 dead body, the corpse of my friend's wife. He not only destroyed his life, but also that of his wife and that of their 2 families. A selfish and cowardly act of a madman manipulated by his hair-raising lies. The only question that comes to mind is, why does this insane counselor persuade my friend to commit murder and suicide? What is the benefit for her? With the diary, you could hold her accountable. I don't know why I struggled to read that. The police could even conclude a contract kill. I hope he rots for all time in hell. Okay, so guys, that was Diary of a Madman. Pretty cool. I think it could be setting up for possibly more games. I'm not quite sure what the developer has planned for this. But yeah, it was pretty cool. The story was kind of interesting. I think I'd like to know what this counselor and her anything really, like her whole backstory, her whole vibe, what the fuck is going on. The whole element of like reading like the story in the diary was pretty cool, even though I think you could kind of see it coming from a mile away, especially because they alluded to him killing his wife in the intro. The environments are pretty good. I must say the sound design was actually really good. It managed to keep you on edge, even though like I knew there was no like enemy or no like anything really to be scared of. The sound design like actually kept you really on edge and anxious, which is actually really good credit to the sound design and to the choice of the soundtracks. But yeah guys, if you want to check it out yourself, if you want to keep your eyes open for a follow-up, like always I'll leave the link down in the description below so you guys can check out the games for yourself. And like always, just thank you so much for watching, taking the time out to actually watch this video. Please guys, all those YouTube things, like, subscribe, leave a comment, ring the bell, really helps more than you could ever know. And I hope you guys join me in the next video.